Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, October 9th, 2020. Welcome to another eBay video. Please do not let the logo on the screen fool you. This is an eBay video, but I do have to talk about a very negative experience I had on Amazon, and I think it's germane to the videos that I put out, and I want to include it. First of all, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news, I'm not sure if you can tell, but I bought a new microphone. It's a lapel mic, and I bought it on Amazon, brand new, and I'd like to know if I sound any better, because I have had some complaints that I wasn't loud enough with my previous mic, which was really old. But I think this one will be better, so let me know what you think about that. As I said, before we get into the eBay section of the video, I have to tell you, and I implore you, please do not buy any renewed products on Amazon. In my opinion, it is nothing but a ripoff and theft by deception. As you probably know, I've been having a lot of problems with my video cameras lately, which is why I've not been filming on my deck. Originally, I was planning on filming tonight's video on my deck, but it wasn't meant to be. And guys, I hate to say this, but it doesn't look good for me as far as filming on my deck anymore, because I don't have a good video camera. I don't even have one that works. And I swear to Christ, wait till I tell you what happened on Amazon. So, in the past, my video cameras have lasted approximately 5 years each, which is pretty darn good. I have no complaint with that. The first one broke when I first started making videos because I accidentally dropped it, totally my fault. And then the next one lasted another 5 years. And only recently have I had a spate of problems. It's unbelievable. So I needed to purchase a good camera, and Matthew, who's a really good friend of mine, suggested I buy a particular Canon camera on Amazon. Now I will tell you, it has been my experience that Canon is a very good brand. I have used them before. It's one that I had for 5 years. It was actually my second video camera. So the name Canon, I think, is pretty darn good. So originally, Matthew had picked out two, a cheaper one and a more expensive one. And I did not act on them right away. So when I went to make the purchase, I clicked on one, and it was showing me one which they termed renewed. Now, the word renewed concerned me right away, and I'll admit that. So I wrote back to Matthew and I said, does this cause you any consternation, the fact that this is a renewed product and not new? Because it does give me some concern. Now, as you guys probably know, and I tried to make this clear in my last two videos, I am absolutely terrible with technology. I really am absolutely the worst. Everything has to be simple and dumbed down for me to work. I can do basic things, but I cannot do anything that requires serious tech. I just don't have the capability, all right? Simple as that. Like Clint Eastwood said, a good man knows his limitations. I said to Matt, are you sure that this is going to be okay? He said yes. And let me tell you, I trust this guy with my life. He is a 10 out of 10, all right? A 1 in a million, I trust him. But even then, after he said that I'd have no problems, I'll be honest with you, I still had second thoughts. But I went ahead and bought the camera anyway. They sent it to me, and the camera actually looked quite good. It was well packed, but it was incomplete. There was no CD-ROM, and consequently I was unable to use the camera. It would power up okay with no problem, and I could actually film video, but it did not come with the driver, so I was unable to upload the video. When I went to the Canon website, I was unable to get the driver there either, so I was screwed. I am shocked, appalled, that Amazon would allow anybody to sell a product as renewed without the original CD-ROM that it came with. I think it's sad. And I'm only making this part of the video to implore you guys not to buy any renewed products on Amazon, okay? Spend a few extra dollars and buy it brand new. I learned a lesson, and it was an expensive lesson. And I just sure hope I can pass this knowledge on to you. If any of you guys have a video camera that you don't need and would like to donate to me or give to me as a gift, I would be more than happy to take it. I don't care what brand it is. I don't care what it looks like. All I ask is that it's fully functional, and if it requires a CD-ROM so I can get the driver, please include everything. That would be great, because for the foreseeable future, I will only be making screenshot video tutorials like this one, and I will be going live using my iPhone. I have no other options, and I can't go out and spend any more money on video cameras that are junk or incomplete. And I'm sure you guys understand where I'm coming from there. So that being said, let us now segue to the eBay part of the video. Okay guys, let's start off by talking about glitches. The first glitch has to do with managed payments. And I'm sure many of you got this message, but I'd like to go over it for those who didn't. First of all, I'm going to read this to you. Dear seller, you may have noticed that some orders received between October 2nd and the 4th remained in processing status longer than normal. This delay has been resolved, and you should see that all orders received during that time have since moved to available funds. To ensure the timely payout of these orders, we have initiated an additional payout outside of your normal weekly payout schedule on October 6, 2020. Per normal processing times, funds should appear in your bank account within 1 to 4 business days. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience. Now, I got an email from eBay the other day saying that they had in fact initiated a second payout. I believe that was Wednesday, but don't quote me. And then, sometime after that, I got this email. And I was quite mystified at first why I got the second payout. I'm not sure what caused this, or if this is something that may happen periodically, but it's definitely affecting people in managed payouts, or managed payments rather. So I'd like to know if any of you guys got this email and were in the affected class. While we're on the subject of glitches, I would like to point out that Tuesday was a huge glitch day on eBay. I saw in the Facebook groups people were having problem doing just about any conceivable action on eBay. Now thankfully, as luck would have it, I chose Tuesday to go to the junkyard, so I was out all day, so I didn't get nailed with any of the glitches. By the time I got on eBay that night, everything had been resolved. I'm wondering if you guys encountered these glitches on eBay, and if so, how did they affect you? Did they affect you at all as either a buyer or a seller? I'd really like to know how widespread this was, so feel free to mention that in the comment section below if you would. The next topic I'd like to talk about now is promoted listings and the bid percentage. You may remember last week, as I was doing my live, I said I was going to immediately lower my bid percentage to 1%. And I'd like to show you how that's working out for me. Here, let's see what we got here, okay? This is Wednesday the 7th, all right? Now you can see by the graph, my impressions are good. Let's see where we are here. This was Tuesday the 29th, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, Friday right here is when I did the live, you may remember. And at that point, I think I was at, was it 3% or was I at 2%? I think I was at 3%. Yes, I was at 3% on Friday, if you remember, okay? Now, I then switched down to 1%. Okay, but look how I got a huge boost. See how there was red there? And then it goes to green. See? Everything's still good. Now, not so good, but still good. See? Now, jumping back here, at first I thought this had happened because I wasn't bidding enough with my promoted listings. But after analyzing all the data and talking to a lot of you guys, I honestly feel that during this week, from September 3rd to the 14th, actually 2 weeks, I do feel that there was some kind of a bad glitch going on at eBay that was not announced. You cannot always rely on going into the community section and looking for known glitches because many times they're not posted, okay? My point here is, once again, I feel all of you guys should engage in promoted listings, but keep it low, all right? You can start out with 1% and see how that goes. If you don't get results, then jump to 2% or even 1.5%. The important thing, I think, is if you go a certain amount of time without a single sale, you need to act. For instance, if I go 12 hours without a single eBay sale, I'm ready to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, okay? If that happens, I immediately go to my promoted listings and I change my campaign from whatever it is, let's say 2% down to 1%, and I assure you that will give you a boost in search. I heartily recommend that to everyone. Now, to rehash, last Friday I lowered my percent from 3% to my 1% bid, and this entire week my sales have been great. I am at this point not going to reset my store. I'm not going to change my bid because my sales are good. I don't need to, and I'm afraid I may jinx myself. So I'm going to leave everything as it is until a certain point, maybe 12 hours comes and I don't make a sale. Then I will act on it, and only then. As I said, my sales have been very good this week. I did not have any cancellations whatsoever, which is always a good thing. Yes, I did have several returns. And I'm a little concerned about two things regarding returns. Number one is the amount of people that try and blame me because they bought the wrong size. I had another one yesterday saying, well, you sent me the wrong size. I said, I didn't send you the wrong size. You bought the wrong size. There's a difference. I do take returns, but you have to understand the mistake was yours. That's a point that some people are having a little bit of a problem with. The second thing I'd like to point out is something called unauthorized transactions. I had one of these a couple of weeks ago, and I received an email the other day from someone who had one. And actually, I've been hearing from quite a few people. It seems as though this seems to be on the upswing. And it's something that concerns me because it could possibly well be a scam. Basically, what some, and I mean a very small percent, but some buyers are doing is they're waiting several months and they're filing an unauthorized chargeback either with their credit company or with PayPal. Now, in my case, they did it with PayPal, so I was very lucky because PayPal could clearly see that the item was delivered to them. PayPal gave the customer their money back, but they also let me keep my money because it showed that I had delivered the item. But this is cause for concern because in the long run, even though PayPal paid out of their pocket, in the long run, it's going to come out of our pockets because of what these scammers are doing. And what I don't understand with PayPal and with the other credit card companies is why do they allow the person to keep the item and get the money back as well? If a person claims they did not authorize the transaction, how is it that the seller had the person's name and address and knew where to send the item to, and it clearly shows the buyer received the item but has made no effort to send it back? That's the part that's really mystifying me. Somebody wrote to me the other day through my email and told me they had received a unauthorized transaction through eBay, and eBay notified them. And when he sent me a screenshot of the message, the verbiage that eBay used to communicate with the seller was very unclear. I honestly could not tell you if eBay was paying the buyer back out of their pocket or if they were taking the money out of the seller's pocket, because that's how confusing the verbiage was. PayPal, however, was very clear and told me exactly what was happening. I would like to hear from you guys and tell me if you've had or noticed an increase in unauthorized transactions, and do you think that we as eBay sellers can do anything about this? Because this does concern me greatly, all right? I mean, if the person wants to send the item back, they say it's unauthorized. If they send it back and want a refund, that's fine. But how is it they're allowed to keep the item and get their money back consistently? I don't understand that. I'm not blaming eBay. It's not an eBay problem. I think it's more of a problem with credit card companies and even PayPal, and I think that they really need to enforce this. But again, they're going to say it's monetarily not feasible to do so. So maybe one of you guys has an answer, because I sure don't. So that being said, I think we basically have covered everything I can cover tonight. All right? It hasn't been a very, very big news week on eBay. To encapsulate everything I've told you, I had a very good sales week on eBay, once again, thankfully. I hope you guys did well too. I still say eBay is the #1 site to sell your new and used items. And let me tell you, eBay has reported record sales this past quarter. I think if I recall correctly, they said it was their busiest quarter in 15 years. And that, I believe, has to do because of the COVID restrictions. Nobody's going out to retail stores. They're buying their stuff online. And I find that this is still happening today in October. So I implore all of you guys to keep listing your items on eBay and ride the wave and make as much money as you can. Unfortunately, as I said earlier, for the foreseeable future, I can only do these screenshot videos, or I can do lives with my iPhone. I may also be able to record video with my iPhone and upload it directly to YouTube with no editing whatsoever. But like I said, if any of you guys have an old video camera hanging around that you would like to give me as a gift, I don't care what it looks like, I don't care what brand it is, all I ask is that it functions and that it has any software that's required. For instance, the CD-ROM, because I'm the first person to admit I absolutely suck with technology. I'm terrible at it. I don't have the aptitude for it. I wish I did, guys. I really do. I feel sometimes that in certain circumstances that if somebody actually was here and showed me step by step how to do something like a teacher would do in the classroom, I think I would be able to grasp the technology. But the fact is, to be honest, and I don't want to sound cruel, But as far as most of my friends that I know, like locally, I am actually considered a tech wizard. And I know this sounds ridiculous and funny, but you'd be surprised how many people in my area know less than I do as far as technology. So if any of you guys do have a camera that you could hook me up with, that'd be great. I've kept you guys too long. Well, no, I really haven't. But thanks for watching my video, guys. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Each week I come out here and I make these videos to help you try and stay successful on eBay. If you think I'm doing a good job, please leave me a thumbs up. It tells me I'm on point and appreciated. If you don't think I did a good job, please tell me in the comments section what you want me to hit up next week, and I'll be glad to do so. Remember, I'm a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind. I've solved a lot of problems and I'm still making money online. I've never worn a mask on my videos, and I never will, because I feel it's dishonest and unscrupulous. Heck, I'm a CEO and a CFO of my own company. So that being said, guys, rock on, peace, make a ton of money on eBay. So yeah, and as always, please, for the sake of goodness, don't be fitchy.